Donna, and you're watching Tricky Kid Television with Roy Turner.
Hey, we're at home here with Anthrax's Charlie Benante, and it's part of our At Home series. Charlie, thank you for welcoming us into your house. So talk to me a little bit about what has this whole pandemic been like for you?
Well, it hasn't been fun, but then I made it fun. Back in like February, March, I was getting really depressed, and it was starting to affect me and everyone around me. And then Carla, my girlfriend, said, you gotta turn off the news. This is really messing with you. I was watching news all the time to see what was going on, what we were gonna do here. And I found myself going down this hole. And so I started making videos and calling friends and say, you wanna play this song with me and stuff like that. And then got energized and I started becoming creative again, which is what we should be doing, and that's how I got out of it.
I have been raving about your Instagram thing all summer long.
That's awesome.
I really feel, this is sincere here, I don't know of anybody that is taking this time and is pushing their creativity in the way that you have.
Wow, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I've been pushing my fellow musicians too, who I feel they have it in them, but they don't, maybe they just didn't have the right vehicle to do it.
Right.
So my friend Mark Osagredo from Death Angel, I always heard this Bono type of thing in his voice. I'm like, you're gonna sing a U2 song with me? And he's like, okay, I'll do it, because he loves U2. It's one of the things that bonded us back in the day, was we loved that type of stuff. And then my nephew, who's also in the band Anthrax, he's a huge U2 fan. So the three of us, we created this U2 song. And working on this new one with the Sum 41 guys and some guys from Terrible Negro. We're doing something.
So I'm seeing you doing King's X and Tom Petty.
Massive Attack.
One thing that Prince said about Elizabeth Fraser's voice, he said that, he goes, reason why I love the Cocteau Twins, because I love stuff that I cannot do or could never do.
She definitely has a gift.
Yeah.
That voice is a gift, you know. Jack White once said that, like, do you believe in God? He's like, I don't believe in God, but I believe in God-given talent. And I think a lot of people have that.
Yeah. Your girlfriend, when you approached her, I can't wait to ask her about this, because that's a song that you don't take on.
Yeah, it took a bit.
Yeah.
Convincing her and pushing her to do it, and I'm happy I did it. To do. And I was on tour and they played here and I couldn't go, and I was always bummed about it, because I always wanted to see them play.
Yeah.
You know, but I never did. But anyway, but we always have this thing about one of the Massive Attack guys is really Banksy.
Oh yeah, I've heard that before, but I at one point I was kind of convinced, but now I'm not so sure.
It's funny because they released something a couple of weeks ago, and Banksy released something the same day.
Right.
It's like, that's weird.
So I think they're either in cahoots at the very least,
Cahoots.
or they're fucking with each other.
Yeah.
Did you see? You and I have bonded over this before. Our love of minutia. Of all the different stuff. This has got to be probably the most useless, but the most awesome thing I've ever heard. Somehow, because those guys are like wizards, they're like they're like alchemists and shit. So apparently there is a spray can, and somehow he blinded us with science. He somehow took the DNA. I don't know what that means really of mezzanine, and somehow put that into Matt's black spray.
What?
Paint.
Okay.
And somehow he claims that there is 1 million copies of the album in this can.
No way.
But how the fuck?
How would you know?
But how would you play it or hear it? I mean, or why would you not just put the album on, right?
Yeah.
But I think of the Banksy thing because you think of Banksy as being the graffiti artist, and so now there's actually a kind of a spray can of graffiti for
That's
that
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love that thing that Banksy did at that auction.
Oh yeah.
Where they bought it and then he fucking just shredded it up. That was so punk rock, dude.
Yeah, the minute it was like people were just like, and like he could have got all these millions of dollars, and that is. I mean, if Ian MacKaye would have the ability to make that kind of statement, that would happen.
Yeah.
What is something that you have been able to accomplish during this that you didn't think previously possible?
I taught myself how to play piano, trying to teach myself how to play harmonica, but I've also gone back to my art and things like that, which I'm really happy about. I got asked to do an art show here in October, and I think I'm going to do it, and I've just been making art.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's called. Then you guys then started doing some S.O.D. stuff, and that's the first time we've seen that in a long time.
Right, and I'll explain how that happens.
Okay.
So Scott hooked up with Mike Patton to do this Mr. Bungle reunion.
Right.
And Scott wanted to do it. He wanted to do Speak English or Die, but he wanted to change it to Speak Spanish or Die. So they did it. And then Scott saw I was doing these videos, and he's like, hey, you want to do this? And he asked Danny Walker, and Danny was like, yeah, let's do it. And that's all it was.
That's it. I was at those 3 shows in LA back in January.
Oh, you went? That's cool.
And it was cool that they did the Speak Spanish or Die.
Yeah, I was shocked about that too. I was like, wow. And he's like, yeah, Patton loves S.O.D. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. And it's funny because it's on my YouTube thing now. And the comments that I get about it, man, some people are so pissed off. So pissed off. Oh, yeah, dude. These people like, you fucking... I won't say what they say, but
you can say whatever you want on this show.
They're like, politically correct bunch of fucking assholes now. You aged and now you got all politically correct. And it's like, no, that's not what it was.
It wasn't that way in the
Yeah, it's just so stupid. It's
but
like,
it kind of seems like anybody that would be into that record now would have already known that, though, right?
Well, that's just the thing. So it was like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
I can't deal with these people.
When you took it even further and you did the Chemical Brothers, Block Rock and Beat.
One of those things is a lot of fun because I work with a friend Ra, who's a bass player from Suicidal, and he's such a great bass player. So I said, I have this arrangement, and so I had a program all planned in the Elisa's thing, and I had to hit him and trigger it. So it was like one take. If you get it wrong, you're fucked.
You're like a one-man fucking band. I couldn't believe it.
I love doing that stuff.
But you inspired me, my friend. I did a scratch routine.
Awesome.
Over that video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Check this out.
Yeah, you better start, man.
Exactly. So, and I encourage those out there to do it too. Has anybody ever done that? Have you ever made a video and somebody sent you in something of them doing something?
Yeah,
like that?
some kids send me stuff of them playing along.
Oh,
which I thought was cool. Which I was trying to put something together like that, but it just never happened. Getting some fans to play with me.
Kind of do it. Yeah. What song would that be? You think off the top of your
It
head?
would be one of our songs.
Okay.
Something cool. I don't know.
What's an Anthrax song that you never get tired of playing?
Caught in a Mosh.
That's the song, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I thought I sent you this thing. My little boy loved that song. He was doing the guitar, the rock band.
Yeah.
For that. It's almost time for some new music, right, Charlie?
Yeah, we've been working on it, but since the COVID thing hit, we kind of lost a little momentum, so we're going to start picking it up again.
You got to check out Charlie's
Thank you.
Instagram. I was like, everything I like is in this one thing.
Me too.
So, Charlie, thank you for inviting us into
thank you.
home here, man. Pushing ourselves in different ways. Charlie's been really instrumental in kind of leading the charge in that, and we're grateful to you for that, my friend. So, onward and upward.